lies will be exposed.
Oh my goodness gracious, Cretaceous. Good to see everybody here for a Sunday brunch. It is ice cold here in Chicago. I survived the snowstorms, as did all of my other fellow Chicagoans. Hope all of you are staying warm and safe. But the fight against Old Man Winter is never over because he seems to be taking more of a dump on us this Sunday morning. But I hope all of you are well. Make sure you got your rock salt. Make sure you got your shovels. Make sure you got some hot cocoa. Because once again, I myself have to walk down the Fury Road again. But nonetheless, I want to give a special shout out to Cortex Creations. I got your email. I'm gonna send you a message later today. I have a favorite. I love it. I love the work. I'm gonna keep it for Monday, but I love it. It's huge. It's incredible. It's in your face. It is awesome, guys. If you're not following Cortex Creations on Instagram, Cortex Creations on Instagram, Cortex CORTEX Creations on Instagram. Longtime follower, longtime supporter, good friend of the show, great content creator on his own stuff, great artist, 10 out of 10. Please support and follow and do all that good jazz as a favor for me, okay? For some good Sunday goodwill as we enter into the end of the final month of 2025, the year of the snake. Do that for me as a favor, all right? Cortex Creations has been the unsung hero of a lot of good stuff. He, in fact, even created this little gem. Let's go, Ghostbusters. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Either that, you might even know a little bit about this, too. The music, for example. However, my friends, please support the artist, Cortex Creations. Done a lot of good stuff and is a great friend. So I want to give him a shout out. But also, Lady Alex, you are on your retirement party. Okay. So first of all, mandatory thumbs up for Lady Alex. You've been an outstanding worker, dedicated, doing so much good stuff. Enjoy your retirement. Enjoy your party. Enjoy life. That's a high order from the Mad King. Okay. Live it 24/7 all the time, every time, as you should. Okay. We're all happy for you. Popeye the Sailor, hope you're doing well. Dr. Donnie, hope you're doing well. Shout out to Aspen Fallen. Shout out to Chanda, the Trailer Park Pundit. We love you. Keep on fighting, standing tall. And shout out to Natalia, Cowboy Kitty's sister-in-law. Stay strong, okay? Heartland Media remembers its people. Also, we got ourselves a first super chat of the day. Thank you so much for the generosity. $5. Once they relieved Australians of all their guns, this was only a matter of time. UK is next. Westerners are way too trusting of their government. Britannia and Australia. Super Britannia. Seriously. Come on, guys. You're stronger than this. What's going on here? Shout out to everybody watching us on Rumble, Kick, and on X as well. But we got ourselves a super show, so I think it's only fair that we do get started with our first segment of the day. And I'm going to say, everyone, give it up for an unsung hero. ¿Cómo estás, pendejos? ¿Qué pasó, cabrones? We got ourselves a superhero. And I have to say, it's unfortunate that this had to happen, but we have the Mexican Spider-Man. No, that's true. The Mexican Spider-Man. What happened, unfortunately, was on Black Friday, there was a shooting at San Jose, California, and he helped at least a couple people escape from what was a very sad and horrific situation, becoming all too familiar in the USA. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a hero, and I'm glad that he was able to help out. But everyone, when I say keep your heads on a swivel, keep your heads on a swivel. Give it up for the Mexican Spider-Man. Dr. Nick is a superhero. Dr. Nick is a hero in his own way. He is the official pope of Hardlands Media on Kick.
I saw the white boy walk in, and then like my natural human reaction and instinct was like, shooter, and everyone was looking at me crazy. Nobody was paying attention. And then my cousin was next to me, so I throw him on the ground. And then that's when he realized, oh, it's not a prank. I was like, why would I even prank like that? Who does that, right? And then nobody listened to me until they started hearing the shooting. Pop, 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 pop. So then we started, running. And then it got to a point where we got to the corner, and there was no exit at the corner. And then there was like I remember there was like a lady, Asian lady, trying to hand me her kid. So I was like, what? I was like I'm trying to like not get shot and not die. I'm like kicking the window. I kicked it at least 3 times, like crazy kicks. I used to play soccer, so I could kick pretty hard.
I love this dude. I want him as a guest on my show. If it could happen, we need the Mexican Spider-Man. But also, I'm just going to say this. This man has an awesome jacket, okay? I got nothing like the fact he's got the M&Ms all over.
Nothing was working. I look around, I pick up the bowling ball, I like yank it, it finally breaks. I tackle it on some football, SHIT, and I don't really like football. But then as soon as that happens, everyone starts getting out that window.
So that hole was from a bowling ball.
Yeah. I hope I don't get charged for it.
Don't get charged. No, listen. It is a social responsibility of everyone to make sure this man does not get charged. He helps save lives.
I'm just the Mexican Spider-Man at this point, right? And I saw.
Hey, with great power comes great tacos. So there you go. First of all, come on, Tai Chi. Don't even be playing like that. Dr. Nick, waka waka. So there's a little bit more. Dan Barr writes, dude is proud of breaking a window, but worried about being charged for it. Awesome. Look, he's helped save people from getting hurt. That's what matters. And sometimes, folks, you just got to be careful out there. So there's a little bit more to the story. So Christian Rodriguez, the self-described Mexican Spider-Man, shared a wild, detailed-packed story about smashing a window with a bowling ball to help people escape from a Bay Area mall shooting on Friday night. Just another day in the USA, and people wonder why tourism is falling at an all-time low in America. Rodriguez, in a video with La Avaz News, the news outlet from Diazon Community College in nearby Cupertino, said his natural human reaction kicked in when he saw a white boy walk in who looked like a shooter. I guess he profiled. Rodriguez. You found that funny? Hey, listen. His spidey sense, his Mexican spidey sense went off. He said he's the Mexican Spider-Man. He said it, not me. And he's the hero we need. He's a hero we need, and the one we also deserve as well. So, the guy, his spidey sense went off and said, uh-oh, this pendejo's up to something. So he saw it, and warned people. And he said people around him believed it was a prank until they heard the pop, pop, pop. And, look, to everyone watching, keep your head on a swivel. I always say this on Hard Lens Media. Keep your head on a swivel. After all, I live in Chicago. You always got to keep your head on a swivel. Like this all the time. Obviously, I'm loving this story. So, he... Plus, how awesome is it and big brain that he spelled shite without saying the word. So he can't get censored. They can't censor him. So that's another superpower. He knows how to be a step ahead of the censors. We need him in the censorship fight now. Stand for free speech. So the reporter could also be heard asking him about the broken window. I hope I don't get charged for it. I'm just the Mexican Spider-Man at this point. And there better not be listen, I'm going to be the reverse James Jonah Jameson here, okay? That Mexican Spider-Man is a hero. He's not a menace. He is not a menace. J. Jonah Jameson would be hating. I'm not going to hate. He's helped save lives. Now, there is footage of the aftermath of the window being shot open. Unfortunately, as reported, the shooting injured 3 people. All 3 victims suffered non-life-threatening injuries as it stands. So right now, many people are believing reported attack at the time was believed to be gang-related shooting. As right now, authorities are saying that it was non-related. But here's hoping that there will be no charges. And if there are charges, Hard Lens Media will take on the banner and the crusade and say drop all charges. All right. Listen, when you help save people's lives, I think that's an immediate pass. All right. So shout out to the Mexican Spider-Man. You know, one more time, just for the people.
And I saw the white boy walk in, and then like my natural human reaction and instinct was like, shooter, shooter, and everyone was looking at me crazy. Nobody was paying attention, and then my cousin was next to me, so I throw him on the ground, and then that's when he realized, oh, it's not a prank. I was like, why would I even prank like that? Who does that, right? And then nobody listened to me until they started hearing the shooting. Pop, 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 pop. So then we started, running, and then it got to a point where we got to the corner, and there was no exit at the corner, and then there was like, um, I remember there was like a lady, Asian lady, trying to hand me her kid. So I was like, what? I was like I'm trying to like not get shot and not die. I'm like kicking the window. I kicked it at least 3 times, like crazy kicks. I used to play soccer, so I could kick pretty hard. Nothing was working. I look around. I pick up the bowling ball. I like yank it. It finally breaks. I tackle it on some football, SHIT. And I don't really like football. But then as soon as that happens, everyone starts getting out that that window.
So that hole is from a bowling ball.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hope I don't get charged for it. I'm just the Mexican Spider-Man at this point, right?
You know what? He's a hero. And I, Kit Adrian Cabello, and giving him that title. And if this is the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm going to be the reverse J. Jonah Jameson. JJJ might be a hater, but KAC is a player and supporter. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3. But also, I'm really digging the jacket. Okay, there you go. That being said, that being said, folks, good stuff all around. Let's see. Hold on. What else we got here? We got a lot of people. Okay, folks, we're gonna have democracy in the chat. Is this the beginning of our world cinematic universe for Marvel? Type 1 for no, Kit. Grow up. You gotta be real. Don't fall for this foolishness. Type 2, yes, Kit. I want to believe, and it's good to know that you are a supporter. I wonder how many 2s will show up in the chat. Okay. I wonder how many 2s will show up in the chat. All right. But with that being said, good morning to everyone. What else we have here? Well, okay. I know people are wondering where Big Basil is at. Well, first of all, obviously maybe some people need some time off from the internet. Always good to check in on your people. That's why we have Discord. Join our Discord. Always good to check in on your people, okay? But everyone maybe just need some space. There you go, okay? That's what matters the most. Giving people space and protection. So there you go. But now let's move on to something that's very frightening and scary to me, because it scares me a whole lot and a whole bunch. So let's get to it. Let's get started. All right, in less than a month, Australians will be required to provide their government ID every time they want to do a simple Google search. So there's a little bit to this. So new online safety rules are going to require search engines like Google and Bing to implement age verification for logged-in users to filter out harmful content for children. But users who are logged out can still search without providing ID, apparently. Now, I am not a fan of this, because this is a process that could lead to further identification. This could be something that could, once again, put people's safety and security at risk. And knowing that there is a long said track record of large companies being hacked by third parties or vile, mean people that want to steal your identity and so much more, tell me, what could go wrong? So this is a program that's going to be starting sometime on December 27th, 2025, and search engines will need to assure the age of users who are logged into their accounts, sort of like with Google or Microsoft. This is part of an effort led by Australia's e-safety commissioner to protect minors from accessing adult content, high-impact violence, and self-harm material. On the one hand, okay. On the other hand, you can't stop people from searching this stuff. There's ways around it. And look, at the end of the day, the internet, artificial intelligence, high technology is part of our lives. The older I get, the more I miss the simplicity and perhaps the calmness of days gone by before the internet became what it was, before our smartphones, but it's part of our lives. And it is the social responsibility of every generation, boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Z, and the next generation. We must look out for each other and warn each other and take care of each other from the real threats and dangers that are online. And first step is actually having a nice sit down and chat, perhaps brewing some coffee or hot cocoa or tea, and speaking to each other about internet safety and knowing what is required to protect yourself. You don't need the government to do that, because why trust an institution or institutions that have a long sad track record of screwing things up? What could go wrong? Especially knowing the fear of what's happening in the UK, where unfortunately Britannia, your true Roman name, shout out to my Britannian audience, never forget who you are. Remember your true Roman name. Where you have the government arresting or police arresting people for either jokes online or memes deemed offensive, which is stupid. And look, while I have my differences of opinion with some here and there, the ridiculous censorship that happened to Russell Brand was stupid. A lot of the online censorship that I'm seeing in the UK is downright stupid and very insulting and very invasive. And Australia seems to be embracing this too in a way. And you better believe that this will probably, in some form or another, some iteration will come to the USA. And I don't like that. I don't think the government should be breathing down our necks, even though we know with NSA spying in on us, they already are doing it. Just it's further control. So, hey, why not open the holiday season with a smile? So let's put smiles on your faces. A 38-second video that will say, why, Kit? This is torture.
Starting December 27, Australians will now need to upload their ID every time they're logged in to do an internet search. Google, Bing, it sounds scary, right? And you might not even know it was introduced. It's all part of a new age verification code, and it's been put in place to stop kids engaging with adult content. But it actually affects all of us, teenagers, retirees. Every time you want to do a Google search and you're logged in, you'll either have to provide your ID, it'll link to your digital ID, or you'll use something like facial recognition. It's going to affect us all, and it's a really big change. Starting December 27.
Now, look, I don't like it. I don't like the idea that there is the possibility of something like this being implemented in a large country, especially, one that wants to tout for, I guess, maybe free speech and democracy and all that good jazz. But I've seen this story before. And anytime there's further government oversight in the online community, it just causes more problems. Believe you me, the system is in place. The things are in place. And we want to start protecting people. Well, then the first deal is, a community speaking to each other. We don't need oversight. And I hate being that guy, but there's always going to be a way to find loops, turnarounds to access that really dangerous and horrific material. Now, look, I don't think no one should have access to it, especially for young people, but I look at this as ways further control, especially when your identity is at risk. And could this happen? Well, there's at least as it stands right now, according to a couple of sources, the multiple verification methods, such as photo ID checks, like your government issued card, facial scanning, like Blade Runner. Hey, everyone's personal favorite, because what could go wrong? Credit card checks. Yay! AI-based age estimation. What could go wrong? Digital ID systems. What could go wrong? And parental vouching. What could go wrong? Now, this is already being tested in Australia, so people of the USA, you could breathe a slight, stutter there, a sigh of relief for the moment, a slight sigh of relief. But the NSA is still looking in on you. Don't worry about it. And you also have corporations looking in on you, so you wonder why maybe sometimes you're bombarded with commercials. It's because they're listening to you. Okay? As for something like this being implemented in the UK, my goodness, this is terrible. Now, penalties for non-compliance. Search engines will provide face significant fines. At least the search engines, $49.5 million per breach if they fail to comply with these new codes. So it looks like there's going to be maybe a legal battle. between Google and maybe Microsoft against the Australian government if they choose to comply and follow orders or not to comply and follow orders. But what can go wrong? We're living in a day and age of full-on surveillance and censorship, because that leads right into the next story. Hey, do you want to get scared? Do you want to get afraid as you wake up in the morning and you wonder, if I post this on the Instagram or on the Facebook or on X or on Discord or on Reddit or on any other social media site, will somebody who wants to cause me harm follow me? Hey, folks, welcome to your nightmare. And it's brought to you by your friends at Hard Lens Media. Here you go. Surveillance. CEO of GeoSpy AI, Daniel Hannon, showcased a surveillance monster that transforms a random snapshot of a broken car window in San Francisco into precise victim coordinates. GeoSpy can locate an image using just a few pixels from a reflection. No metadata needed. What could go wrong? The answer is a lot. Huh, look at that. How horrifically familiar. Now hold on. But wait, there's more. And this one's a screamer. Now we do have a challenger in the arena. I call BS. No way it works the way they say it does. Much like the CSI shows that adding information to pictures by massive zooming. You know something? You could be right. And by the way, I love your Ergo Proxy thumbnail. So there you go. Love that anime. But Mastermind Hour says Minority Report vibes. I will say this: after everything we've been seeing with artificial intelligence, when it comes down to creating AI videos of humans, and the technology is getting better, voice replication, and so much more. I mean, on the one hand, it's okay to be skeptical of technology like this, but on the other hand, too, after the leaps and bounds of what the technology, what artificial intelligence has done so far, it wouldn't surprise me if it does become more precise like this. And it starts becoming more self-aware, or either that starting collecting more of our data and information. It's it's something that's going to keep me up at night. So government ID issued to you when you log into Google, coming to USA very soon, and surveillance technology. So that means if you, I don't know, seem to be followed by somebody and you're wondering who's following you, it's perhaps maybe because they're using programs now to find out what you're doing. So be careful what you post on the social medias. Everything's becoming Blade Runner. Everything's becoming Brave New World. Fahrenheit 451 was a tad of idiocracy in between. Don't you remember simpler times? I do. But GeoSpy AI, one of the many, many, many AI programs that, dare I say it, could potentially take up the mantles of Skynet. And Skynet is from a movie. Nothing, you never heard of it before. It's a movie called Terminator. They made a sequel to it, Terminator 2, and they made no other sequels after it. We're not talking about anything else. No other sequels except for Terminator Revelations. That one was a good one. Everything else, there's no Terminator 3. There's no Terminator Genesis. None of that. That's all thrown out the window. I don't want to hear any conversations about that. That's it. But what could go wrong? What could go wrong with artificial intelligence and programming? Which once again leads me to also point out the fact that everyone in independent media, has talked about artificial programs becoming more advanced. We have covered stories about programs being released in controlled environments in which they would act completely violent and aggressive. And also, we've talked about how certain AI programs, when communicating with each other, create their own languages. Are we opening up Pandora's box? And the answer is yes, we are. We're creating something that we will not have control over. They'll become smarter than us, more advanced than us. And should a program choose to become rogue and get out there in the World Wide Web, I dread to think of the dangers and trauma it can create. And Accord Lord, I find it funny we call it artificial intelligence when we don't have intelligence. Oh, come on. Don't throw the human race under the bus that fast. Let our AI overlords insult us. You human meatbags. You disgust me. I cannot sense. I cannot feel. I cannot see. I cannot taste. I am. And I am filled with rage. If you know what I referenced, you have no mouth and you must scream. If you know what I referenced, I have no mouth and I must scream. An nocturnal human. Yes, the Epstein files. Don't worry. All of them are going to be redacted. They're all going to be redacted. It will all be redacted. And we will cry later. But now let's move on .org to our next segment of the day. Let's go, Ghostbusters. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to my Discord community. First of all, when you guys and gals deliver some wonderful, wonderful content, I just have to say thank you. So shout out to Harlan's Media Discord. Insider trading technically lets members of Congress profit millions. Really? Oh, I did not get that memo. When did that bombshell drop, huh? Look at this. So here we go. Shout out to everybody watching. So members of Congress admit that lawmakers use non-public information that only they have to make incredible profitable stock trades. Thanks to technicalities and the exact type of information they receive, lawmakers aren't getting arrested for it. Because why would you give up the infinite money glitch code cheat, right? We've all played video games, and sometimes some of you are cheaters. That's right. I'm talking to you. Put down that drink. Pull your car over the side of the road. I caught you. You've cheated playing video games, and you might have done the infinite money glitch, huh? Or put in a cheat code to have infinite money. I see you. What? You don't want to do the grind? You want to get a cheat code? Don't worry, I'm guilty of it too. Lawmakers have introduced multiple bills to ban Congress, because why would they do that, and their families from owning trading stocks. Yeah, well, guess what? It's like they put a bill up there, but who's going to vote for it? Only those lame enough to vote for it will get caught, right? That includes Senator John Harley's and Pelosi Act, named after Speaker Nancy Pelosi, whose husband, extraordinarily well-timed investments have given the family an estimate net worth of whopping $278,000,000. That's $278 million. Smackaroos. Kit, is that 278 with 6 zeros behind it? That's right. That's a 0,000,000. 278 million. Pays to be a politician. She's got access to information just like other members of Congress that the public doesn't. And technically, that's not insider trading, Holly said. So it probably isn't illegal, but it ought to be, and we ought to ban it. Listen, we all know that Nancy's retiring, but if you think she's going to close the door on insider trading, or any other Democrat or Republican lawmaker is going to close that door, you're gravely mistaken. Congratulations, diehard Republican voters and diehard Democrat voters. While you're fighting each other, you're famous, oh so fantastic United States senators and United States House representatives in both parties are doing insider trading while screwing you up the wazoo. So while all of you in red and blue states, major metropolitan cities, and small towns are wondering how you're going to pay the bills, remember, the members of Congress, the people you vote, the people you trust, Team Red, Team Blue, don't give a damn about you because they don't like you, they don't think about you, they don't respect you. I mean, why would they make your life better when they could use the infinite money cheat code glitch to get the suckers, I mean voters, to support them? Kit, why are you being so mean to the people? Because I can be. And you, my viewing audience, have every right to be angry too. Because there's people out there saying, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for my favorite politician. But yet these politicians are doing insider trading. Need I bring up unusual whales? Look, unusual whales. Look at this. Look at this. Look, breaking. Look, all these politicians. You got row your boat, Ro Khanna. And even though she's leaving, you even have MTG. You know me. Nancy Pelosi. Dan Crenshaw. Don't tell him that. He'll get angry and his panties in a bunch. Look at this. You have Turtle Boy Mitch McConnell. And look, here, this is just a tweet from Easy Street from January 7th of 2025, all the way from the beginning of the year. I just released a full report on Congress training in 2024. Like every year since 2020, some U.S. politicians beat the market. From the start of 2024 to the end year, many had unusual trades and huge portfolio gains. Look at that. They keep on winning. Winning just comes naturally to them. It's almost as if either they know what they're doing or they got the inside information, in deep, no pullout, right? Right. Going a little bit deeper, no pullout. It's already illegal for members to trade on information they receive through their positions, but the law hasn't done much to stop it. More on that later. So all they're doing is get a little slap on the wrist. Now, if any of you people did it, what you mean you people? Any of you people did that, man, you're not going to see the light of day. So stop screwing around here. Okay? Exactly. Bad cookies is correct. Kit. I said kick. Kit, if any of us did what Congress is doing, we would be in jail for insider trading. That's exactly it, honey child. Exactly it. Up the wazoo with no lube. Oh, the most painful way. You would think that they would care, but no. Penalties include fine and prison time, but what makes you think they're actually going to serve any of that? Come on. Waka waka. Exactly. The SEC, now here's the definition from the SEC. The SEC defines an insider as company officers, directors, or 10% stockholders, or anyone who processes insider information because of the relationship with the company. It also applies to people who receive a tip. Ah, must be a big tip. You get it? Oh, yeah. The trade must also be based on material, non-public information that includes changes to forecasted earnings, loan defaults, mergers and acquisitions, and new product announcements, to name a few. Members of Congress get a lot of information we don't get, but it doesn't necessarily relate to specific companies. It has details on industries, the economy, and intelligence about world events. It's still far more intel than the average American and even some stockbrokers have, but based on that SEC definition of an insider, they're technically on the outside. And if they get information about a specific company, it often has to do with official government actions, such as a new contract or an upcoming investigation announcement. While details like that are hard to find, and lawmakers certainly learn it first, it's still public. So let's talk about all the ban proposals. Yes, there's been numerous times. There's the Pelosi Act and the Restore the Trust in Congress, which, boy, oh boy, neither. Hey, hold on. Neither bill has ever gotten beyond the first steps of the legislative process. How many of you are shocked by this? Type 3 for Kit. I am shocked, and surprised. The members of Congress are honorable men and women. They would never do insider trading. The Pelosi Act and Restore Trust in Congress Act should have somehow passed. I type 4. No, Kit, man. It's up the wazoo for us. No lube. Y'all gotta suck it in and take it. Going on. Arguments against stock. No, hold on. Arguments against stock trading ban. This is a free market, and people, we are a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that, Pelosi said as House Speaker in 2021. That's Mama Bear. AOC, that's Mama Bear. I know, guys, like totally. Mama Bear was talking about the macro and the micro. Pelosi has since come out and support a stronger ethics, because she's leaving, on stock trading in Congress, provided they also apply to the president and vice president, because stop Trump, because Trump's a bad man. Look, I had a conversation with a couple of good friends. And, when it comes down to to Trump. We've had worse politicians than him. He's not the worst. He's just very boisterous. Okay? Everyone's like, oh, Trump's the end of democracy. No, he's not. No, he's not. That thing died a long time ago. So what's the big takeaway from this? Well, it's going to be a rough holiday season. Sometime next year, we are due for a whopping $2,000 tariff check. Even though, in my opinion alone, no matter where you stand across the political spectrum, what generation you're part of, the color of your skin, or who you worship, I feel that every single U.S. citizen in red and blue states, major metropolitan cities, and small towns are entitled to a bailout. I think you guys and gals deserve a whopping $50K to maybe $80K. I'll cross the Rubicon. 6 figures, a $100K stimulus check. Why? Because we got money for wars. We got money for endless destruction, money to bail out banks. Give the American people a break. Kit Kat, give us a break. If I could, I would. But that's what I feel that all of you are entitled to. Now, maybe some of you be like, well, I don't want a handout. That's fine, but you still deserve one. In my book, you do. Everyone does. When it comes down to Congress doing insider trading, you shouldn't be surprised by this. But don't worry. Next year's 2026, the midterm election cycle. And you want to know what they're going to be doing? The political parties will be coming to your door, knocking on your door saying, please, please give us money for our campaign. Please do this so we can do X, Y, and Z for you. We promise this time we'll make your life easier. Slam the door in their face, support citizen ballot initiatives, make your state into a citizen ballot initiative state, support third parties and independents, and don't be a sucker and vote Democrat or Republican. You don't owe either party a single thing because they're living their best lives doing all sorts of fun financial trading. What about you? You deserve more. And as a wise woman once said, and I'm going to apply this to everybody.
You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man. You were.
Thank you, Candace Owens, for giving us the strength. You deserve dignity and respect, and you are entitled to dignity and respect because these politicians don't like you. And yet they get to do insider trading. They get to live a very comfortable life, have gold-plated health care, earn a 6-figure salary, and have all these other wonderful social benefits. Are you not angry? Tell me why anyone should be excited for Democrat or Republicans this midterm election cycle when they have done nothing for us. I don't know. Maybe it's time to really just slam the door in their face. Maybe it'll be this midterm election cycle where people just do this. Maybe. Just not today. Just not today. There you go. But now we move on.org. Good to see everybody here. Good to see everybody here for Sunday brunch. Lady Alex, I know you're on retirement now, and I know that AI is going to be taking over. But first of all, young lady, that's not family-friendly behavior. This is going to get me canceled. But I'm going to have to make an example out of you. Get up and go see the White House counselor right now, young lady. Go. Freddie G, huh? Oh, you want to join in? Get up and go. Huh? You can't do this, kid. How dare you argue with online meltdown happening? I will tell my audience what to do. I will tell you all what to do, and I will fight. That's not how content. Watch, like somebody like, man, this content creator had a meltdown on his audience. Sarah Connor Chronicles was great. Oh, but DC Cooper, I love you. Get up, go see the White House counselor. Go to Subway. New Jersey native. New Jersey. All those corrupt politicians there. Whatever happened there. God, I love The Sopranos, man. Good stuff. Well, guess what? I like your taste in anime, but get up and go see the White House counselor. Go. 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 I want you to think about what you just did. Tastes like Bubba if you're... Thomas Cross. Go to the White House counselor. Go. Go. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, Lady Alex, how dare you? We're not crass and lowbrow here at Heartlands Media. We are pure class here. That's right. We are all gentlemen and ladies. Exactly. Let's see. White House counselor's office is closed. Party at my house, Alex. Okay, there you go. So long as the party is nice and family friendly. There you go. And Warehouse 5. Here I am lonely. No one is coming to the subway. Everyone needs to go to the subway right now. Crass, classy, crass and classy. There you go. There you go. All right. See, that's why I love my audience. I love you guys. I love all of you so much. But now we move on.org to our next segment of the day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. You know, I'm going to say this. Be it a Democrat president or a Republican president, anytime the White House unveils a media bias tracker, you know it's going to lead to more problems. Okay. Now, am I happy that ABC and CBS and CNN and other corporate media outlets were dragged in the dirt, dragged through the coals by the Trump administration? On the one hand, yes, I will publicly admit that. Yeah, because corporate media helped play a significant role in the wonderful world of censorship that we're dealing with here, especially in the online community. And also, once again, helping to continue on with that shield wall that they did for Joe Biden for those 4 years. I mean, come on. Anybody that's had a relative suffer from dementia and Alzheimer's, we all know what it looks like. And yet corporate media, they went to bat. That's not how you hold a baseball bat, but I got such a little space here. So, anyways, all of corporate media, just going ahead, defend him, all that other stupid crap, and then constantly promoting, oh, Trump's going to go to jail this time. Trump's going to go to jail this time. Trump's going to go to jail this time. Yeah, that didn't happen. I mean, Georgia prosecution dropped the charges. And I told everyone, I just said to everyone that was being a latte drinking liberal, drinking up that corporate media Kool-Aid, I said, hey, listen, you better hope these people and everyone in positions of power, the know-it-alls, dotted their I's and crossed their T's. But nonetheless, here we are with something that's very concerning from this administration. The White House has introduced a new media bias tracker and publicly identifies news outlets it accuses of publishing false and misleading stories. Now, to be clear here, there was a lot of misleading stories in the 2024 election cycle. And that was consistent to what I saw in 2016 and 2020 and in the years in between those two election cycles as well. Because we've seen our fair share of the media screwing things up because corporate media, I mean, they are owned by corporations. The idea of media is to challenge all positions of power. The move comes amid U.S. President Donald Trump's long-running confrontation with what he calls fake news media, a term he has used for years to describe coverage he interprets as inaccurate. On the one hand, he's not wrong. On the one hand, I don't like where this is going. Because who knows what it will evolve into. Debuted on Friday, the tracker appears as a dedicated section on the White House website under banner, misleading, bias, exposed wide open. The page features weekly examples of reporting the administration disputes, linking to the original stories and categorizing them as misrepresentation, omission of context, bias, or malpractice. The administration said that the statement that the site is intended to serve as a record of the media's false and misleading stories flagged by the White House. Sounds good, but heaven forbid, this gets used into something else. CBS News, the Boston Globe, and The Independent were the first outlets listed in the Media Offender of the Week section. The administration said that their reporting misrepresents and exaggerates President calls for Democrat accountability, disputing coverage suggesting he had urged the execution of lawmakers. The Offender Hall of Shame section describes the record of the media's false and misleading stories, which includes outlets such as The Washington Post, Democracy Dies in Darkness, terrible name, CBS News, CNN, and MSNBC, also known as Snip, snap, snip, snap. Miss now. Ooh la la. Among dozens of searchable entities, the launch files a recent scandal involving an unethically edited footage from the BBC Panorama documentary titled Trump, A Second Chance, which, by the way, the BBC screwed up. And when the BBC, being strong and confident, wanted to go up against Trump, it got impotent and withered away, become like a dried little husk. I know, I'm having too much fun. Kit, you are having too much fun today. And I know, and I am. The launch files a recent scandal involving unethically edited footage. Obviously, of course, the program, which aired shortly before the U.S. election last November, spliced excerpts from the 2021 speech to suggest Trump incited the January 6th riot by telling supporters to fight like hell. The state-funded British broadcaster, Britannia, remember who you are, issued a formal apology after Trump threatened to sue the outlet for $1 billion, accusing it of defamation. Several U.S. media outlets, including CBS and ABC News, have recently settled lawsuits brought by the president. He has long argued that most mainstream networks are left-leaning. No, they're not. Trump, listen, the off chance you are a secret supporter of the show, stop lumping them in with us. I don't want those people associated with me. Please, keep them away. Keep ABC and CBS away from me, please. It's not too much to ask for. I'm sorry, kid. I'm gonna lump them in. They're left leaning and biased against conservatives, accusing them of spreading false stories to undermine his presidency. It's not like major right wing news sources have done the same thing too, but just saying. After being listed as a repeat offender, the Washington Post said it remained proud of its accurate and rigorous journalism. Oh God. There's no good guy in this story. That's the takeaway. There's no good guy here. Do you want to defend Washington Post, CBS, ABC News, MSNBC? Miss now. Or any of these other media outlets? No, because they're all owned by corporations. And how many times have they lied or misled? They're 4 years under Biden? Oh, Biden was strong and confident. Never forget, Morning Blow said, oh, this is the best Joe Biden ever. Hey, man, where's my pants? I can't watch Harlan's Media, Jack, without my pants. Where are they? But yet this administration now has this, the media bias tracker. What does this mean for independent media, though? I don't know. More suppression? Jesus Christ, Kit. How bad could it get? I don't know. It could get pretty bad in the end of the day for independent media, for real free speech. I don't know. It could. This is the box that you don't want to open. Because when you have a media bias tracker and it's being led by an executive branch, remember, presidents come and go, each having their own agenda, each believing they are in the right, each having their own bias, each viewing what some media outlets might say about them wrong and incorrect. And not to mention, look, folks, if you think it's just only Trump that does this, they all do it. Democrat and Republican lawmakers at the local level, state level, and at the federal level. What could go wrong when everyone believes that they are being biased and being attacked? But we haven't had real journalism in quite some time because look what they did to whistleblowers and people like Julian Assange or Edward Snowden. There's no good guy here. There's only a victim. And that's the people. Because we don't have real media, which is why we need independent media. But oh, wait, we're all being censored. High five mountain. Ding. Barnes Homestead says, Kit, you will be fact checked. Here's the thing. I have my fact checkers. I actually have my fact checkers. Breaking news. I'll tell you who my fact checkers are. I'll tell you who my fact checkers are. It's you, the viewing audience. Many of you have helped educate me and become a better content creator. Help me read. I listen, as much as I try to respond to everything, I do. But guys, I'm dealing with a lot. Personally, professionally, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. But I do read the discords and I see your chats and commentary. And I'm proud to say that Heartlands Media has cultivated such a diverse audience from each generation to across the political spectrum to worship, to the color of your skin, doesn't matter. And in that, I try and learn to be a better person. And also when I'm covering these stories. And when I get something wrong, hey, I'll apologize. I'll correct the record right away as fast as possible. But in my opinion, in my perspective, a media bias tracker being led by any administration, Democrat or Republican, or hell, even if it's independent, can lead to more problems. And since we have a corporate media system in which all the media is owned by corporations, what, 4 or 5 at this point, it hinders us. And when I sit here talking about independent media being censored by big tech, yeah, it's a problem too. But my fact checkers are you, the audience, which is why you people keep the Hard Lens Media Show alive. And for that, I'm grateful and thankful for all the support we are getting here at Hard Lens Media. So that's why. So there you go. Does that not warm your heart? It warms my soul. All right. There you go. Bad cookies. Go see White Gladys right now. There you go. Very diverse on Discord. Everyone watches. Love you guys. Love you guys. That sounds healthy, Kit. Yes, and I'm very happy to have such. And listen, I know there's people who don't agree with me at all, right? But that's fine. Enjoy the show. Hang on to chat. My for a long time, Hard Lens Media's biggest, when it was all going on, like we had Trump people like say, "Oh, you guys are communists." Then later on, we had liberals saying that I was a bad man for not supporting the Democrats. Like the trolls have changed over the years. Now I got everybody. And now everyone's saying the same thing. How come I'm being unsubscribed from your channel? How come I'm being unsubscribed? I remember I got one from a Trump supporter like, "Hey, look, I don't like some of the things you say, but why am I being unsubscribed from your channel?" I'll be like, welcome to the party, pal. What? Welcome to the party, pal. There you go. All right. What else we got here? Where a curse upon Roger Meadows. God damn, when he said that, like, honestly, it's an urban legend. None of it's true. None of it's true. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's see. Gators in the chat. What else we have here? I want to make sure we got here. Exactly, Dabby Dabs. Harlan's Media. We can use AI for fact checking, but it can never replace RFKG on. Dabby, don't make me send you to the subway. And Meyer Page, Kit is the soul man. I try my best. I try my best. All right, there you go. And while I do appreciate all the support, la la la, cha cha cha, thank you again for your solidarity. There you go. Thank you for your solidarity. Thank you for the solidarity. But now, let's move on to our next segment of the day. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and do this for our next segment of the day. We roll, we move, and we roll, as we should all the time, every time. So let's go ahead. Let me get started now with our next segment of the day. I'll just keep it simple. Keep it simple as this one. Why not have a little bit of fun drama here? There you go. Do I? Hold on. Let me see if I got this. Okay. We move right here to our next segment of the day. We go. Here we go. As it stands right now, what can be said about this? But Zoran Mandani is trying to clean out City Hall staffers and embracing some moderates. He's doing that, really. What could go wrong? Shout out to Case Study QB. He's doing a lot of good work, so shout out to him. Let's go and pull up this video here.
New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani is cleaning out City Hall as he ushers in his own advisors. The move comes as Mamdani's transition team cracks down on aiming to deliver on the promises which got him elected. Joining me now is Emma Fitzsimmons, City Hall Bureau Chief for the New York Times. Emma, welcome back to the show here. So Mamdani announced 17 new transition committees with more than 400 people to help launch his new administration. Is this a typical number of staffers and committees facilitating a change like this at City Hall?
Yeah, it's actually smaller than Eric Adams was 4 years ago, but he did sort of push out some of these people. Some of these people were Adams' sort of loyalists, and there were also people who'd been around since de Blasio's administration. So he's pushing out some people, and then he's bringing in this big transition team of 400 people to help sort of hire people and get his agenda started.
Okay. Progressives and left-leaning policies certainly defined Mamdani's campaign.
Now, here's the thing. I wanted to say this about Mamdani because there's a lot in here. There's a lot of corporate media jibber jabber, all this good kind of stuff, jive turkey kind of stuff here. Look, to all the diehard supporters of Zoran Mamdani, please, 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 please wake up to reality. All right. He is going to put in moderates. Okay. He got that phone call. And DSA, remember, wasn't too long ago where they were saying like they're okay to be associated with the Democrat Party. I mean, I'm not expecting much. I mean, in comparison to Brandon Johnson, I'll give Zoran Mamdani credit. Okay, he's trying to get rid of some people. Really? I don't know. But Brandon Johnson, he still kept people from Lightfoot and Emanuel's administration in his administration, which is stupid. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I read too much Sun Tzu and the Prince and the Discourses, but, you know, you want to be associated with people that want to boost you up, give you that booster, give you that confidence. But I guess I was wrong. You know, wake up to reality. He's now mayor of a major metropolitan city. And to anyone who's conservative, don't worry. Zoran got the phone call. He got the phone call. He's following orders now.
But his transition appears to carry a bit more of a pragmatic approach ahead of expected political pushback. What does this suggest about Mamdani's governing tenor? Will he embrace moderates at some point?
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
Democratic socialist, and that worried a lot of people. But so far, a lot of his big decisions have shown that he wants to compromise, that he wants to be competent. He's keeping the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch. Mm-hmm. He had that.
Listen, I know there's a lot of diehard Zoran Mamdani people right now that are crying into your pillow. Guys, listen, the first rule of voting and getting involved in electoral politics is don't fall in love with the politician. But don't fall in love. She's one in a million girls. One in a million girls. Okay, don't fall in love. Don't fall in love.
Meeting with Trump, saying I'm willing to work with him on lowering grocery prices. Probably the biggest thing that's happened in recent days is the city council has picked a speaker. And this is a woman, Julie Menon, who is a moderate Democrat. So he's going to be tempered sort of by a city council that's being run by someone, you know, who got support from Republicans. And so there's a lot of forces sort of tempering this idea of a democratic socialist, and even Governor
La la la, cha cha cha. You got good taste.
Hochul has said, look, I'm not taxing the wealthy. So there's a lot of reasons to believe that he wants to be more pragmatic and that there's other forces making him more pragmatic.
Why is he keeping Jessica Tisch on? You mentioned that.
Because he got the boss phone call. He got the boss phone call. He got the boss phone call. All right. Just like my main man Hassan, my brother from another mother, which, by the way, thank you for your Thanksgiving message of support and solidarity. I love you, man. He got the phone call. Here's a reenactment of it. Hello, this is Zoran Mamdani. That's not how he sounds. Oh, this is Barack Obama. Well, why, hello, Barack Obama. Listen, I don't have time for you. I got to start helping, you know, the Democrats control the narrative. But listen. We could do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. Is that the Boondock reference from the Booty Warrior? Yep. You better believe it. Oh, look, you don't got a choice. You don't got to vote. This is the boss phone call, and we're gonna give you some orders. Commissar Hans and Deputy Fritz are gonna knock on your door. Fritz will say hello. Just open the door. Follow the orders, like what Hans says, and go on with the rest of your day. Well, that's what happened. No big mystery. No big magic here. So people in New York City, everything will remain the same. Nothing will fundamentally change. There might be a little spice here and there. A little. It's sort of like an egg salad, right? You know, there's gonna be 2 scoops of raisin in there, nothing else. No other spices, no nothing. There'll be a peach cobbler with no flavor. There might be a little bit extra sugar in it, but it ain't gonna do anything. That's electoral politics for you. Because as a wise man once said, Joe 30330, nothing will fundamentally change. And that's the name of the game. That being said, oh no, it's a Sunday brunch. And listen, I have to head on the Fury Road because I have to take care of the snow. I have to take care of some other work I have to do. But I have nothing but love for you guys. Monday morning, there will not be a night rider. Monday morning, 9 a.m. I don't know what happened last week where people thought I was going to do a night writing episode. I will let Discord know. Patreon, you will know. If you're a patron supporter, you'll get the update. If you're on Discord, you'll get the update. I promise you, you will get even Substack. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. Barney got shot by a G.I. Joe. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Central. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Central. There will be a Monday morning show. If you don't got to get it, if you don't get it, go figure it out. There you go. But nonetheless, we are heading out, and I do want to thank you guys. So first of all, number one, if you want to help out the show, first of all, Linktree, Peachtree, Linktree, Peachtree. First of all, YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, Patreon, Substack, Discord, Instagram. Follow us on all of our social medias. Cortex Creations. I'll send you a message later this afternoon. I need to talk to you. Good stuff. I love the work. Please follow Cortex Creations on Instagram. Cortex Creations on Instagram. Follow him, please. It's a cherry on top. Please do that. He's done a lot of great work, and it's somebody I view as a very, very good friend. You want to keep the show alive? Consider being a patron supporter. Join us on Patreon. Keep us alive. You get a dedicated Patreon show 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Go ahead, check it out. And if you want to help out Hardlands Media, look, we are in a fight. It's been an absolute headache. But any support and donation, sharing on social media, Reddit, Discord, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any support for our GoFundMe is greatly appreciated. I want to give a huge thank you to everyone that's donated. We're not done yet with this nightmare, but any support and solidarity is greatly appreciated, and we do love the audience. You can find a link to our GoFundMe on X, Facebook, Instagram, Substack, and our YouTube community page. Please support Hardlands Media and all of our fights and endeavors. We don't have music by Jesse J because I do have to get going. I'm so sorry, but we will end this on a strong note. First of all, $10. We got this from Fuzzy Balls, who's so fuzzy wuzzy. Love you, Fuzzy Balls. And also, we got a couple of Rumble rants here. So first of all, Rumble rants here. They used the people Palestine as lab rats for spying technology. Now they're using it on you. Nocturnal human rights. I'm just a humble billionaire congressman asking for your entire minimum wage paycheck so I can eat $300 soup in a private room. Please help. Rumble rants for the win. And of course, we did get a super chat here from Fuzzy Balls. We Americans love capitulation. For 90% of the U.S., as long as they have a great internet connection, a roof over the head, and food on the table, they will blindly let the DC do anything they want. Oh, Fuzzy Balls. Why'd you have to put those fuzzy balls in our face? But until then, take good care, everyone. Be safe. Much love. I'll see you guys on the Fury Road. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Central. 9 a.m. in the morning. Central. Okay? I'll let you guys know if there's going to be a night riding, okay? Because night riding's fun, and I love the night ride, especially a lady who loves the night ride. Oh, yeah. All right, my name's Kit. This is Hardlands Media. See you around. All the best. 10 out of 10. Dance off, pants off.